say no without pissing people off? How do you protect your time and energy without being the bad person? And I know many of you struggle with this because I struggle with this myself. I used to be a classic people pleaser. But also, I know many of you in my community, you come to me and say, "Well, I went to this event, or I bought this thing I didn't really want to, but I was trying to be nice, and now I hate, and now you're resentful." But then it's hard because you don't want confrontation, you don't want to be the bad guy. So how do you say no in a respectful, firm way without upsetting people around you or upsetting the person that you say no to? And what I'm going to do is share a module of mine from my course, Mindset Magic. And this module teaches you many, many strategies to say no and how to take control of these of situations where you want to say no, but you don't want to say no in a harsh way and you feel really uncomfortable. So sit back and enjoy one of the courses from my one of the modules for my courses, Mindset Magic. I hope you found it useful. Thanks for watching. Okay, so we're on a bonus module here, and it's how to say no. And I know that a lot of people struggle with this, and this inability to say no is going to affect the first thing that we talked about, which is overwhelm. Okay, overcommitting and not being able to say no to things that do not serve your future goal or your happiness leads to overwhelm, leads to being stuck in a rut. It leads to you feeling like you have no time and not moving ahead. Okay. And so this is a really hard skill. I had to actually learn the skill. Read books on it, took training on it, and it's something which you can build. Okay. It's a skill you can build. First things first, right? Why should you say no? And for me, because I grew up as a people pleaser. I was taught if you're a good girl, you're a good person, you say yes, you help people. And so yes equals good. Yes equals positive. Yes equals being liked. And that was how I grew up and what I was conditioned, right? And I'm sure many of you here have also also feel the same. Something that you need to be very conscious of is time and money are valuable resources, equal or even more valuable than money. And so the reason why you say no is because somebody is asking for your resource. We have an ability normally to say no when people say, "Can I have some money?" Can if someone asks you every week, "Can I have money? Can I have your money?" You'll be like, "Nah, sorry, don't have the money," right? Or you have the money, but no, you can't have it, right? But we don't have the ability to say no when someone says, "Can we just jump on a quick call? Can you please pick me up? Can you help me do this? Can you take a look at that?" This time and energy are precious resources, okay? You either have time or money or both, but when you're trying to get towards your goal and grow something, if you can't outsource and get someone else to do it for you, like 98% of us at the beginning, you're going to need to use the resources you have now, which are time and energy. These are precious, limited resources, which is why you need to learn how to say no so you can take those resources. You're taking this course so you can bring you further towards your goals, right? And be happier. Take those resources, put them towards the things that are going to make you happy, make you more successful, and give you more peace. Okay. Number one, I want to credit this book that I've taken. This is a book that I've talked about a lot, The Art of Saying No. So, in fairness, I want to credit him. Okay. A lot of the strategies in here come from that book. I've implemented them myself. When we say no, often I would be like, "Oh, I'm not sure that I can. I'm kind of busy." This leaves space for the other person and they can feel your doubt and they'll be like, "Oh, well, can you do tomorrow then? If you can't do today, can you do tomorrow?" You need to be very straightforward with how you say no. "Sorry, I can't help you with that." And I'll tell you some of the things you can say, but you can't be like, "Kinda, not sure, I think." It's got to be a clear no, okay? It's got to be a clear "I can't," okay? So for example, what I should have one thing that I got sucked into when I was in university, this girl, she was kind of a friend, not a close friend, not close enough for me to spend that kind of money. She wanted me to go to her Hindu. I wasn't that close to her, but she needed numbers. She was getting a package. I was a broke student. I didn't have much money, right? But I didn't know how to say no. She said, "Can you join my Hindu?" And she wanted to get the numbers. Like she needed like a certain number to get this package. And I was like, I'm not sure I can afford it. I should have just said, I'm really sorry, I can't afford it. And then she's clear, she's counting me out, and then she picks somebody else. And for me, instead, I was like, I'm not sure I can afford it. And she's like, oh, no worries. I can get a discount for you on this, or I'm not free. I'm not available on that weekend. No worry, we can move the weekend, we can move the thing to that weekend. So you know what I mean? You need to be very clear with, I cannot afford it. I cannot join. Don't have any room for negotiation, number one. Number two, it's a bit hard to say no, especially at the beginning, right? If you don't not used to it, it feels like very uncomfortable. I can't say no. So you can just say, I'm currently swamped with looking after my kids and trying to figure out how to cook dinner and manage my workload. I can't commit. Instead of saying no, I can't help you with that project, I can't commit to that project because I'm juggling 3 other projects at the moment. Okay, so you can replace no with another word. I'm swamped with, I'm up to my neck with, I cannot do that. So it makes it softer and easier. Another thing that I found really helpful is if you want to buy yourself time, because sometimes I've talked about this in the energy module. Your energy is most precious at certain times, and that's when the distractions come in, right? You need to reduce the distractions when your energy is the highest. And so for me, it's the morning. And so often I find that, and I love my family members, okay, I love them very much, but they ask me for advice and they ask me for help. And sometimes I found in the morning I'd get a call, and I would either not take, now I don't pick up the call and I wait till later, or I'll say, can you call me after 5? Or can you call me in a few hours? Often, or if you're in a work colleagues, can you just take a quick, if they send you an email, are you free? Can you take a look at this? I'll take a look after 5 p.m. Often, in that moment, that person's calling you because you're first to mind. They can't get help from you, they will ask somebody else, and that's okay. So there's been situations where family members have called me and I'm in the middle of something, and because they couldn't get hold of me, or I said I'll talk to you after 5, they called somebody else and then they're fine. And that's okay, that's good, because it means that you've maintained the relationship, you still have a good relationship with them, you managed to maintain your energy, okay? And so sometimes you can set the boundary on when you can help, okay? I can't help you move house this weekend, but I'm available next weekend. So you can set that boundary, okay? Number 4 is, and this is very easy to do, is don't lie, because people will question your credibility. You're just not a nice person. And when you are saying no, you don't want people to question your character, right? Whether they do or not is actually, it's irrelevant. Right now you're trying to say no, but my point is, don't lie, because next time, if you lie this time and they find out, they're going to say you're lying, and then that's another confrontation you have to have. You don't need to lie. If you're busy, you're busy. If you don't have capacity, you don't have capacity. If you don't want to, you don't want to. That's your boundary. You don't need to lie. So for example, I can't help you I can't help you move house because I'm sending my kid to dance for dance rehearsal, and then she finds that you're lying. Okay. Just be honest and say, I'm currently up to my neck with things right now. Another thing is, offer an alternative person and resource. I do this. So sometimes, right, I used to do this at work also in my corporate job. Somebody comes to my desk and they're like, listen, can you help me with this? Say, I'm really sorry, I am in the middle of working on a project, but I know this was really helpful. This resource was really helpful. This person is the expert. Go to them. And so, specifically, when I'm like, I get people in my DMs and they're like, oh, can you take a look at this? That's a separate conversation. I'm going to teach you in a moment. But can you please help me with this? I say, listen, I'm not available right now. I don't offer coaching, but here is somebody that does offer coaching, or here is a resource that really helped me. Offer them free resources or direct them somewhere else, so it doesn't feel like you are helping in some way. Okay, sorry, I can't help you with this project right now. When I was working on that project, this really helped me. I read this resource. Take a look at this. Hopefully that helps. Good luck. Okay, now let's change this typo. Number 6 is, you can just describe your lack of capacity. You don't have to have some excuse. It could genuinely be, what are you working on right now? So for example, if someone comes to me, like, I often get requests to speak at events, and some of them, most of them want it free, and I only allow that for a certain percentage. But to be honest, some of them are good causes, and the reality is I just don't have capacity. I say, listen, I'm running 6 websites, a full team, I have a partner, I've just moved house, I'm trying to be a good partner, all these things, right? If they're a friend, right? I do not have capacity. I do not have bandwidth right now. Or let's say you're working on projects and someone comes and says, can you help me with this project? Say, listen, I'm working on this, and this project with this deadline. I do not have the capacity right now to go through this with you. I don't have the bandwidth, unfortunately. You can see in front of me what I'm working on. I'm just up to here, okay? Describe it. Describe your lack of capacity. Describe your lack of bandwidth. And here's a big thing, right? Be firm, okay? Because when you set boundaries, people are going to push back because they want what they want, right? And they will say, well, oh, actually, can you maybe you can help me tomorrow, or maybe you can do maybe for example, like, can you jump on a call with me today? No, I'm not free, I'm not available today. Oh, how about when you finish your project, can you call me back? Just be very firm and go back to your boundary. Imagine you're dealing with a toddler. That's what I do. I say, unfortunately, I don't have capacity. When I do have capacity, I'll let you know. Okay. When I do, I'll let you know. Okay. And that could be never. All right. So be very firm. You don't have to be rude. Be firm. And the big thing here is be polite and positive. You don't have to be an ass about it, right? Like, someone's asking for your time, it could just be an innocent ask. They may not realize what they're doing. Like, often when family members are calling me with drama, some boy break up with them, whatever, that is an innocent ask. They want to speak to someone they love, and that's fine. But you can also be polite and positive and say, listen, I'm in the middle of something right now. I love you. Let me come back to you after a few hours, okay? Because you have to set that boundary, but you can set it in a positive and polite way, okay? When people get angry and upset, you give them reason when you're rude. There's no need to be rude about it, okay? We can be polite and set boundaries and say no. Another thing here is what's going to help you build your no muscles are saying no to small things you don't actually want to say no to. For example, like, when someone calls a telemarketer, hi, would you like to buy this? No, you can just practice with them. Thanks very much. I'm not interested. Goodbye. Hang up, right? Or someone comes to the door. Would you like to buy this? Listen, thank you so much for your time. I'm not interested. Look them in the eye. I had this the other day, actually. This guy was like, oh, would you like to switch your broadband? Thank you so much. I'm happy with my broadband, but best of luck. Say no in a small way. Go to the retail, go to the shop, go to the Starbucks and say, do you want a croissant? Actually, you might really want a croissant, but just practice saying no. No, thank you. No, thank you. And then later on, you can go and get the croissant, right? Start with small no's. Build that muscle of how to say no, okay? Now, here is a big thing. Here is a big thing, because I know everybody's looking for this magic pill, right? At some point, every single person that has set a boundary, think of someone you really respect. At some point, they have set a boundary and somebody has got upset with them saying no. But if you have said no with kindness and respect, you are not responsible for the reaction of the negative reaction of somebody else. That is not your responsibility, and that's not your problem. Okay, I need to be very clear with this, because I would feel bad. I'm like, oh my God, now they're upset with me. I'm a horrible person. Oh no, what do I do? Listen, you are not responsible for their reaction, because if they respect you and if they are good people and they genuinely love and respect you, they will have good boundaries with you. Okay, so for example, when I set boundaries with my sisters, I say, listen, I can't talk to you right now, I'll call you in a few hours. They're like, yeah, cool, that's fine, because we love each other and we have good boundaries, right? We're very entangled in a good way, but we have boundaries also. So, for example, someone wants to lend money for me, I'm with my family, I'm quite generous if they need it. But if I don't want to, I'm very clear. I say, listen, I don't have the money right now to lend that to you. That's it. I hope that you can find what you need. And if they love you and they respect you, they will respond in a good way. If they're responding in a bad way, they're calling you all sorts of names, you have said no with kindness and respect. Don't give in. You're not responsible for their reaction. Okay? Number 2 is, and this is a big thing, right? The book didn't talk about this. I truly believe, right? Because I'm a giver. I like to give. I believe on this world, give more than you ask for. I believe that, okay? But if you're going to say no, then don't ask for what you can't give, because you're going to get a rude awakening if you master this whole no thing. I'm like, no, 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 no. And then get very surprised when people say no back, okay? If you're going to say no, and if you want to protect your time and have boundaries, then you must respect the boundaries of others, okay? And so if I want boundaries on the weekend, and if I don't want people to harass me on the weekend, if my team cannot work, if my team need their space on the weekend, I need to respect that. I have to, because I asked for that, right? If I don't want to lend money to people, then I have to be okay if I ask for money that they don't lend it to me. And so it's, for me, it's a kind of a realistic perspective to have. Often you don't ask for people for things, but my point is, if you're always asking for help but you don't want to give it, and suddenly you start saying no, you're going to get a rude awakening, okay? So don't ask if you can't give it. So if you're going to say no, right? If you're going to have boundaries, then you have to respect the boundaries of others, is what I'm saying. It goes both ways. You can't have it one way. I want to have boundaries. I want to have the ability to say no. But when people say no to me, I get upset. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to be fair, okay? Okay. I was going to add something. What was it? Saying not responsible for them. Don't ask if you can't give it. Okay, yeah, that was it really. I think it was more about, like, I had a point of, if you are giving, right? This is not to do related, but for me, it's like, I find that if I give, right, then if you give willingly, but don't keep giving if somebody's not prepared to give back. So, for example, right, let's just say, and this happens to me a lot. Let's just say I have a really amazing audience. All of you are in this course right now, and my audience are very respectful, very engaged. They take action, and so I'm very protective over my audience. And when I recommend my audience, I always recommend it to people I like and respect. And I get like 10 requests, maybe 10, maybe 10, 7 to 10 requests a day. Don't want to lie, 7 to 10 requests a day. People saying, promote this, mention this to your audience. They want access to that audience. Sometimes I do, when I think, okay, they've got good resources, I like it, I will promote it to my audience. If I am promoting it and I'm doing someone a favor, right? If I want to ask the favor back, that's fine. That's okay. For me, it's fair. Okay? If they then turn around and say no, okay, no problem. But don't ask me again, is what I'm saying. And this, for me, it's like the give and take. So if you are somebody who's constantly giving, then you need to say no, okay? But don't become that person that just takes, is what I'm saying. I want to teach you guys here good skills on how to say no, but don't just take, because there are people out there that are like, oh, well, boundaries. Okay, you want to have boundaries, then don't keep asking other people, right? So that's why I just wanted to share that. Now, let's imagine somebody asks you to join an event, dinner. Can you please join so-and-so's birthday? Join my fashion show, join my art event, can you join my baby's shower, whatever, I don't know, things people ask you to do. And you don't want to go. You're like, oh, I'm so tired. I just want to sit at home and read. I don't want to go, but I know they're going to get offended. Okay, just say this. Thank you for thinking of me. Thank them. Thank you for thinking of me, because it's really nice that they think of you. It's actually a compliment. Straight up, direct. I can't do X. I can't join your baby shower. I can't join the dinner. I can't do the book. I can't take part in this birthday present. This happened to me recently. So if I said, do you want to join this birthday present? I can't take part in this birthday present. But really, thank you so much for thinking of me. Okay? Because the reason why was I already had given that person money, okay, and now I was being asked to join a separate birthday present, but I felt I had already given my birthday present, right? So they said, oh, do you want to join this birthday present gift? I said, thank you so much for thinking of me. I'm not going to join this joint gift, because I've already, I actually didn't even give a reason, because I didn't need to. I said, but thanks for me. I'm not gonna take part in this gift, but I really hope they love the gift. And that person got offended. Okay, that person did get offended with me. But remember, we are not responsible for somebody else's reaction. They were offended because they were counting on me to reduce the cost, right? So remember, human beings are inherently selfish. They want to buy a nice birthday present for somebody else. They're like, oh, if I divide it with 5, it's cheaper for all of us. Great. But I don't want to take part in that birthday present gift because I thought of something else and I've given separately. They ask me, I say no, they get offended. Okay, I have said no, and that's fair enough. I'm allowed to say no to what I'm allowed to say no to what I do with my money, and they get offended. Okay, they're gonna get offended because I've only said no nicely. I have a legit reason. I don't want to take part in that gift, but thank you so much. And that's for me how I said no. Okay? And you can wish them the best of luck with it. Now, another thing is, if someone, this happens a lot, you're going to find this, especially as your skills progress. They're like, hey, do you want to jump on a quick coffee? Do you want a quick call? This is separate to if you have good friends. Like, I have good friends in the industry where I will make all the time in the world for them. Hop on Zoom calls. That is a voluntary choice that we make. And that's different. That's okay. This is for friends who find out you were blogging. Oh my God, just teaching me, jump in a quick call. I got so many requests for a quick coffee. Number one, I actually don't really like coffee that much. Surprise, I like tea. I'm not a coffee lover, number one. Number two, I barely have enough time to go for coffee with my partner and my dad. And I don't have time to go for coffee, number one. Number two is, your knowledge and resources are worth more than a coffee, right? And I get it, because people are like, well, if I buy you coffee, it's enough. It's not enough, because you've invested in courses, you've invested in time, you have sacrificed, and your knowledge is more, and your time is more than a $5, $3 coffee. That's a reality, okay? And so what I do is I say this. Thank you so much for thinking of me. I don't have the capacity right now. That's a recent one I had. Someone from college out of the blue messaged me, "Can we jump on a call?" And who are you? Like, tell me what it is that you want from me. You just gotta be straight up, okay? Don't just jump on a call with me. I want to know why, right? Time is limited. Thanks so much. I don't have time right now. I'm really juggling a lot. I find a lot of people that want to learn X or want to know X, they jump on, they have coaching with me, so I can really like give in-depth advice, not just skim the surface, and give proper advice. But I completely understand if you don't afford that, if you can't afford that, here is some free resource, and then I direct them there. So for example, like, people ask me at the beginning, now they're better, people understand my boundaries now, but I used to get a lot of people saying, oh, can we jump in a quick coffee for, I want blogging advice, can you tell me what blog I should start? And I used to do it, I'd be like, yeah, I should help. But now I say, hey, listen, thanks so much, really appreciate you coming to me. I just don't have capacity right now, I'm juggling a lot. This is a course that I've created that is super affordable, that if you want to take it, it will teach you everything about blogging, but completely understand if you don't want to buy it. Here is a free YouTube video that I used to watch. There we go. They immediately understand that your knowledge and your time are precious resources. You have paid money to be on this course, okay? If you paid money on this, if you are willing to pay money to invest in yourself and your mind, you need to guard that. You need to value your time and your resources. This is something I notice, a mistake a lot of people make. They do not put value on their time and energy, and so they just fritter it away. And then you feel tired. Then you feel overwhelmed. Then you have no energy. It's because you're allowing people to take it, take it, take it. You need to guard it. You need to be the guardian of your time and energy. If you learn anything from this course, it is to protect your time and energy. And if you do that and you direct your precious time and energy to tasks that are going to move you forward to your goals, I promise you, you're going to be so happy with your progress. Okay? Right, let's move on to the next module.